Hello, my name is Tom or FPL Wildy, and this is my first of the season, my Game Week 1 review video. So, wasn't the best game week, it didn't go as I hoped. Got 50 points all out, I'm around somewhere 5 million in the world right now, but Leeds and Everton still got to play tonight, so that could be more like 6 million, I don't really know. So yeah, 50 points all out, not the best. I think that's somewhere in the middle of the road. I have seen worse. I've seen like some 39s, some 42s from good managers. So it is what it is. First game week, there's a lot of variance. So yeah, I think like basically all of like the 9 million picks blanked. You got your Watkins blanked, Bruno, Verts, Gyökeres, and even like your Palmer, Saka all blanked. So it's been quite hard to get returns this week unless you got Reinders or Semenyo, really. We're running through the team now. So Robert Sanchez in goal. Obviously very lucky to get that clean sheet. Very harsh VAR decision to rule out Eze's free kick. A little bit unlucky not to get a bonus point with Sanchez, but 7 points I will take and run with it. I don't actually think Chelsea are going to be that good at the back, especially now Tosin's injured. So yeah, and Trafford started for City as well, so I'm thinking Sanchez is probably not the best 5 million goalkeeper pick. But anyway, Gabriel, also very lucky to get his clean sheet points. I mean, Arsenal were terrible. We did not play well at all. I think United got something like 1.6 XG. I thought we could clean against them, but our performance was not at it. So very lucky to get them points. But I'm a bit unlucky not to get Forest clean. Forest were amazing. I mean, it might just be how poor Brentford were, but Forest are really good. They were firing on all cylinders. Lots of good player performances. Nico Williams looked lively. Murillo didn't really, but I think that's just because Brentford didn't really test him. I did notice that on their when they're defending corners, Forest, they have Aina at the front post, then they have Milenkovic at like the front post, and then Murillo's like in the middle of the box. So there might be a theme there where Aina and Milenkovic start being better for C-bit points. We'll have to wait and see. But just one game, so things can change. Yeah, unlucky not to get the clean sheet points there. Brentford got a weird handball penalty and scored it towards the end of the match. Brentford did nothing in that game really, so unlucky not to get cleans there, but I'm also lucky to get cleans from the other two positions, so it is what it is. Coming on to midfield, Mo Salah bailed me out massively. Friday night when Verts blanked and Mo Salah was doing nothing, I thought I was done for the week, but Mo scoring that goal, getting the bonus, has bailed me out a little bit. It's kept me afloat. So thank you, Mo Salah, for your Game Week 1 magic as always. And then Cole Palmer blanked. I've not seen the full game of the Chelsea game. He looked a little bit quiet from what I gather, but it doesn't make any difference there. He's so highly owned for me. And Elliot Anderson played phenomenal. His link up with Morgan Gibbs-White was insane. Yeah, he was just active. Like, he's on corners, could have got an assist for the Chris Wood goal that came from a corner. He had a couple good shots as well and created another opportunity. I'm really liking the Anderson pick. Obviously, there's probably a better 5.5 pick now in Reinders for Man City. I can't really make that move. I think he's gone up in price now, Reinders anyway, so I couldn't if I wanted. But I might come on to that later. Elliot Anderson in his own right, I think will still be a good pick. Let's just see if his consistent minutes will outscore Reinders. Well, hopefully in consistent minutes. I don't know. Maybe he just will be first team and play every game or play 5 out of 6 games. Who knows? We'll wait and see on that. And then Morgan Rogers and Ollie Watkins. Villa were terrible. I mean, it was Emery disaster class watching that. I don't know why he insisted to keep Tielemans in the 10 for the whole game. I think it was crying out for Wendia or Rogers to move into that role and drop Tielemans a bit deeper, but he insisted on playing Camara and Onana the whole match, and they just couldn't create anything. Newcastle played it boring and got the point they were after. Villa were poor, but they've got Brentford next week, so I'm hoping I'll get at least one return between them. I actually think Watkins could be an outside captaincy shout next week. I don't know. I need to think about that a little bit longer. But yeah, Villa should come fine for me. And then Strand Larson, actually, I was quite pleased watching him against Man City. I mean, Wolves weren't very good, but everything did feed to Strand Larson. He had like 0.4 XG, but that could have been more. There was a few opportunities where like the ball was like really close to him, like a few inches away from him connecting with the ball. They were always looking for him. And I compare that to Evan Nilsson for Bournemouth, and it's not like Evan Nilsson's not a talisman. Evan Nilsson's just another pawn, whereas Strand Larsen is the main spearhead for Wolves. So I think he will rack up points. And also Arias didn't start. I mean, I know that's probably just because it was against Man City, and he just wants someone who knows the system better and who can defend better. But it makes me think Strand Larsen may be more likely to get a pen or be the main penalty taker. I just liked his aura in the game, so yeah, I'm hopeful that Strand Larsen will come good for me. And on the bench, not much to talk about. Obviously, I've got a return in Richards, so I was right to put the bench in that order, but not much else to say. So, how are we looking next week? One change in the starting 11. I'm bringing in Chris Richards ahead of Nico Williams. Richards with the home game. They've just cleaned against Chelsea, away to Chelsea. Do trust the Palace defence, although I do also trust the Forest defence. It's a tricky one, this. I will be looking at the market odds closer to the deadline. I just think going from one each, like covering both teams, is a little bit safer than doubling up on the Forest defence. We know historically Forest aren't that good at going forwards. With the formation Palace play as well, yeah, they could be better for a clean sheet. So yeah, at the moment, Richards is playing ahead of Williams. Gabriel hopefully is a lock on clean sheet. So hopefully one clean sheet and then maybe one other between the rest of them. There may be some defensive contributions. Would be nice. Going into midfield, obviously I'm going to play Salah and Wirtz. I don't really want to be captain in Salah this week. So that is why my captaincy armband is on Palmer at the moment. However, I will be thinking about Ollie Watkins. I just think Villa will score against Brentford. And it's just, you know, when that feeling's just nagging you. Thinking Watkins could be a different differential captaincy shout. Yeah, when I pick my captaincy though, I do value penalties and I like a midfielder and I usually look for a home fixture, but I've got no attackers playing at home this week. I think if Watkins was home to Brentford, then I would be seriously considering him. But Palmer, for the guy he is, I was planning to captain him this week, so yeah, Palmer's captain for now. Don't think I really can go Watkins, but I'll think about it. Maybe I'll make him my vice captain. Anderson, Rogers fine, and Strand Larsen fine. So yeah, happy to play everyone this week. Bench is also looking good. However, I'm not going to bench boost. Mark Guéhi's still not featured yet. Sunderland is really good. They absolutely battered West Ham. So that Burnley, they were bad against Spurs. That Burnley clean sheet is probably not going to come in. So yeah, I think it's actually going to be quite a low scoring bench, even though the fixtures look good. So I'm not planning to play my bench boost. In terms of transfers, I'm not going to lie to you, I'm going to be rolling this week. It was always the plan. I'm saving up my transfers at game week 4 and game week 6. That's when I'll be making my moves. Now you can roll up to 5 free transfers. You just want to roll as much as you can, really. Don't knee jerk after one game week. I mean, the way you should think about it is, have I got any issues? Looking at that team here, I've got no problems there, so I don't need to take any players out. You don't really want to be shopping for players you want and bringing them in. It's not really the way to play FPL in the most optimal way. Obviously, if you want to play for fun. But yeah, I see no issues here. I'm going to be rolling, and we'll see how we do next game week. Hoping for more than 50 points or at least a green arrow, and get on the right track. So yeah, that's me for next week. Okay, thank you so much for watching. If you can, subscribe. I would absolutely love that. Yeah, wasn't the best week for me. As many others also struggled as well, I think. I think around 50-60 points is about the average from what I'm seeing. So yeah, let me know how you got on. Don't go gloating. If you got like 70-80 points, don't want to see that. Yeah, hopefully you got less than me. Although I doubt that is very likely. So yeah, if you liked what you see here, subscribe. Like, follow me on X, and I'll see you next time.